to educate, motivate, and build one another through shared knowledge and success. This is Young and Successful, and these are your hosts, Tafon Nchukwi, Kenny Awashika, and PJ Lumelin.
Welcome back to Young and Successful. Our goal is to educate, motivate, and build one another through shared knowledge and success. I'm very excited for today's podcast. So we're just going to jump right into it here. We have a very special guest. We're all very excited about it. But before I begin the introduction, I'm your host, Che, hosting along with...
This is Peter, PJ, PGZ, all the above.
And your one and only Double O, Kenny in the house.
Whoop, whoop. The podcast, man. I'm very excited. I know. That is, dude.
Oh, damn.
Intro, there is nothing like our intro, man. And there will never be anything like it ever again.
Yeah, you're doing your own sound effects. So, yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Man. That's what we do. That's what we do, you know. But again, you can already hear him there, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest today, okay, it's a rapid rising superstar. Future UFC champion, 5-0 record so far. And in every fight, man, he's been the underdog, man.
Yep.
5-0 to the wall, man. But I know that he's been more than 5-0 throughout life because he's also my brother. All right. This man is absolutely, he's a powerhouse. Tafon Da Don.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, gotta sit on them again.
Hey, man. It was only right, man. It was only right that we had you on the podcast very early on, man. Let's get this thing started the right way, you know?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me on
excited.
Yes, super excited to have you, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most def, man. Now, I'm excited for what we're going to be talking about here. But before we roll into this, there is just just one moment. Before we roll into this, there's just one thing that I want to clarify. Let's jump in there and sort it out. How do you get the announcers in UFC and pretty much all your fights? How do you get these guys to pronounce our last name right?
And
never
hey,
seen someone pronounce his name
yo.
right.
Let me tell you this, man. This thing has been a struggle. Hey, look, these am I allowed to curse on here? These announcers, yo, these fuckers. All right, look. Every time I go out there, right, I give them my name. They write that shit out. And they ask me to pronunciate that shit. I make sure before they go out there with that confidence, they got my name down straight.
Of course.
But every time they get up in that stage, I don't know what it is, what energy that channel is. But they channel something with so much courage. They say my name. And that shit just don't sound shit like what I told them.
Put some respect on it, man.
Hey, but look at this. But the UFC, they're finally able to, at least now they're close to it. But like, I've gotten some outrageous names, bro.
Hey, bro, I gotta say, man, because listen, after you made it to the UFC and I heard them say it on TV, right?
Yeah.
It hit different, dude. I was like, oh,
yeah, man. They finally got it right. They finally got it almost there. It's good.
Look, man, I'm pretty sure you've had the same struggle because throughout school, when like the teachers are doing like attendance and they call everyone's name. When they get to my name, like they say John here, everyone is here, and they get to my name and then there's this pause. And I'm just like,
it's you.
I already know what it's coming.
And the thing too, you already know it's coming too because they go by order to the name. So once it gets to the end, you already know. They're about to come to you and it's just so yeah, definitely had all of that too, bro.
For everyone out there, let's not even get started with the people on YouTube, man. They've been killing it. But for everyone out there, it's Nchukwi.
Yes. Nchukwi. And a silent.
So right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put some respect on it, man. Yes, here at Young and Successful, we believe that success is a continued life journey, right? It's not a destination. It's always something that you're continuously trying to achieve. Obviously, you've achieved quite a lot of success with your mixed martial arts career so far.
Right.
And I just want you to take us back, man, from the beginning. Tell us about your journey to this point where you are right now. For me, I remember just the early days when we used to live with our father. I remember Joseph and I came home one day with a punching bag, and Joseph and I were helping you to hang the bag on the tree there.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it was something that you took it pretty serious.
Oh yeah, that was your
I
bag,
always
man.
kind
That
of
was
know,
your
like,
bag.
oh, was that my bag? Oh,
Yeah, that
I had
was
the
your
thing laying
bag.
on the floor forever. I never used it. Yeah. But yeah, I remember one day you were like, yeah, put this up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we put the bag up there, and I noticed every day you were kind of out there and you were really getting at it. You know,
Right,
I
right.
mean, even I kind of always seen like he's really about it, so I was not surprised. So take us back from the bag, up there to where you are now, which is absolutely monumental.
Yeah, I'm glad that you actually brought that timeline on right there. We can start from the bag because honestly, like the whole way I started was just like a little coincidence. I just saw like a 30-day free trial. Was just looking for something to do, and that just came up on my computer. But once I got there, I mean, even when I came home and I told you to put that bag up, I still was not serious. I just started something new, and I was just trying to, I guess, basically practice it at home. And you had the bag, so everything worked out. And I mean, for sure, I definitely wasn't planning to play for the gym membership because that thing was so much at that time. I just graduated from high school, and I didn't really have that much money. So my plan was definitely not to sign up. But if you want to go deeper into that, I brought a friend over there to try the 30-day free trial as well. And his ass went and signed up, even though I made sure I told him not to do that shit. But I can't blame the employees, man. They did their job. They made that man, they sold that man the dream. But for me, I already know, man, I didn't have the money for that stuff. You're not selling me no dream. But dude, when I signed up and then told...
pretty much
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I said, well, he basically want to sign up, and I just felt obligated to start bringing him. And that's basically where I started in my career.
Awesome. So you went from, we set up the bag, you had the 30-day trial situation, and then you were like, this is what I want to do. You start training from there. How did you get to that point where you actually started competing, right? And what are some of the challenges that you faced during that time?
How I started, I mean, it was just going in the gym. I mean, the energy in the gym really was like, it was something different because the people there, you get to meet people from all walks of life, and like they super like confident. I mean, super like positive. They always like gave me like words of encouragement. They was like, man, you can actually do this. Just go ahead and try doing one of the smoker fights coming up. And then I did. The smoker is like one of the first levels of like any type of competition you would do. Okay. So just in case people don't know, but I went and did that. I mean, just like being in that ring, I mean, that's when everything really changed for me. It was like that moment in that ring, the punches being thrown, me just being calm and like that feeling in there. That's what really sparked my interest to decide to make this a path right here. So, I mean, that's
amazing.
The short version. Don't want to get too long with it.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's it like being the underdog every fight?
Questions.
Oh yeah, man. Like my question is, what's it like being the underdog every fight? Like, you got to prove something, and you want to show that you're not the underdog, that you're here for business. You know what I mean? So how's that like?
Being the underdog, I mean, it's actually pretty. It's pretty chilled because it's like they don't expect that much of me, and once they see me in there, just knowing how they're gonna feel. Yeah, it's gonna be a big surprise for them. I actually like being the underdog because I can come in there and be like, "Surprise, bitch! You thought I was gonna lose."
Hell yeah.
But there's something different in here. But that's really about it for me. I don't mind being the underdog at all.
Hell yeah, it's good to hear, man.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me jump in and ask a quick question. One of the things that I was thinking of is that for someone to really get in the cage and fight, they must have something in them that says, you know what, I want to get in there and whoop the heck out of you, or this, I want to make this a career, right? And this is one of the questions that we ask everybody on our interviews is that, what's your why? Like, I'm sure you want to do this for maybe another decade if God gives you strength. But there's got to be something in you that just says, you know what, I can whoop any, MF that comes in front of me when I get in that cage. Tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, when it comes to like being in there and thinking that I can whoop any motherfucker's ass that stands in front of me. I mean, it's not really like that. That's my why. I would say it's my confidence. Like me training with the team that I train with, they get me ready for any type of situation. So that's where my confidence in that comes from. But my why I keep doing this, I would say it's I mean, this is something which I'm good at, and I know that I can make the best out of this. And seeing where my family has come from, I mean, we didn't really come from much, and I know I can make a way better future for us by doing this right here. And this is my way of contributing to all the struggles that my family has gone through. So it's definitely that's my biggest why. Right. And that's what keeps me driving in there. I mean, I can be in there. I don't have to have any ill will towards my opponents to go in there and whoop their ass. It's just it's about the money.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking awesome, dude. Man. So what was it like being called into the UFC? Like, hey man, we're gonna sign you. Like, what was that process like?
That was the experience.
Yeah, the experience, man.
That's the best thing, man. I mean, like that's like the biggest opportunity. I love it because like every time now I get to think back on like when I first started, when I made this to be my goal. And then now I sit here sometimes, I catch myself, I'm like, God damn, I'm a UFC fighter. This is like, it's super awesome. I mean, like being called in for the Contender Series, that was really like my job interview to get into the UFC, because they didn't really just call me and like, okay, here you go. Come take this contract. I would have loved that, but I had to fight my way in there. So I went in there, got the Contender, and that was like the biggest opportunity to get that, because when I actually got in that call, I was doing Uber at that time. And that right there, I had to pull over. I was getting super excited with a customer in the car. Back there acting like, what's wrong with this guy? I couldn't wait to finish that trip so I can call everybody and let them know. So once I finally got to that stage and like get to realize that this is my moment, man, it's just more fuel to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that moment, man. I remember I spoke with you then, and it was so real, right? To say the least.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, then when you went to the Contender Series, I think one of the shocking things for me was, White compared you to Mike Tyson. When you heard that,
damn, how
did you feel about it? What was your thought process when he said something? Because for me, it's like when I heard that, I was like, dude, this guy is on a different. It's like when you hear of Mike Tyson, that's something on a different level. You know what I mean? That's a big name to be compared to, right? So how did you take that?
Hey, I mean, that was like the most like confidence boost ever. But I didn't want to let it get to my head, so I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep being compared to people like that. I mean, he's which is like a great honor to be compared to him. But I want to make my own name eventually to where people are being compared to me. So it was definitely a great thing to hear, though, man. I mean, everybody was telling me after he said it, because I didn't hear it originally once I got in front of the cameras and they asked me about it. So it was very nice to hear that from him.
It was great, but you have bigger goals than that.
Oh yeah, man.
I would say
definitely.
Exactly. I like that.
Basically, you're trying to go for the GOAT of the GOAT, right? The greatest GOAT ever. Like,
yes, man. If you're gonna do it, you gotta go all the way, man. You gotta go all the way and go home. I'm planning to go all the way with it.
Now, something I want to have us dive into is the mindset, right? When you take on something like, especially a sport that is extreme as what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fear that probably comes with that. There's a lot of things that are probably going through your mind. I mean, for the average person, right, we think about it and you're like, hey, you're going to be in the ring with this person and you're preparing the whole time knowing that it's all coming up to this one day. How do you deal with that mentally? Like, how do you apply that discipline and just keep, keeping your mindset in check to always know that you're going to be okay and you're going to definitely dominate?
The mindset, I mean, like usually when I'm getting ready for a fight, it's everything usually comes together because of, it's mainly, I'll have to attribute that to like the people around me, because man, I train with the best in the world. And whenever I'm out there training, they make sure I'm getting everything done properly to prepare me for whoever is going to be standing in front of me. So whenever I am making that walk to the cage and I'm in there's no doubt that I'm gonna come out there with a victory. So being surrounded with people like that who are always like positive or always willing to push you, even when you feel like you're not, you there's nothing left in you, they bring that out of you. And when I step in that ring, I'm telling you, my mindset is solid, man. The thing is, it's like it's very hard. It's hard to break. Yeah.
Amazing. You are the people that you surround yourself with. Proximity principle.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll just put that up there. Exactly. If you're around great people, you are bound to become great.
Exactly.
CJ, we'll let you go for it, man.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I recently just followed you on Instagram, and it's pretty amazing how much you take this seriously. You know, like with training and all that. Is that something you do every day, or do you have like a second job that you do, or is this like your main job?
Oh, not no more. This is my full-time job right here. Not no more.
No more Uber?
No more Uber, bro. Hey, you ain't catching me out in those streets. I mean, like eventually, before when I was doing Uber and like still was on this path to get into the UFC, my mind was like, I'm gonna get into the UFC. I'm still gonna be doing Uber just to keep the money coming. But all that went out the window once I got that contract because the training picked up and to a whole different level. I thought I was training hard before, but this right here is a whole different thing. So it's like basically my full-time job now. I'm basically in the gym like over 8 hours a day. And so I mean the only times that I really do get a break is Sunday. I only have like one training that day, and then the rest of the day is kind of like for me to rest and recover.
Right.
So
you're still in the car, right? You're just getting out of the train. Just getting out of the train.
Exactly. Yeah, that's amazing.
Just living the dream. What words do you have for people that are trying to get into the UFC? It's, a lot of young kids out there want to get in. What are some motivating words you got for them, man?
What I would have to say is, it doesn't have to be for if your goal is only the UFC. All I can really say is, no matter what your goal is, your passion, anything you have a passion for, if you have the will to like be disciplined and be consistent. Consistency is like one of the most important keys out there, which you gotta be consistent if you want to make it anywhere. And then also be very adaptable. There's sometimes some things are not going to go your way. You just got to be able to, brush it off, learn from it, and just keep moving on.
Yeah. You were just saying, man. Yeah, you were just saying discipline and consistency without giving any of your trade secrets out, especially to your opponents. How can you translate or relate that to the real world to give someone else out there, these are the specific disciplines or consistencies that you must be willing to take on a daily, maybe even on a hourly basis, mentally, physically, just give us a little bit of an hint of what it takes.
If you want to do anything, it doesn't matter if it's something that you're passionate about, or let's say you're trying to lose weight. That's where discipline has to come a very big part in play in that one. Because if you go on a diet, you stick to it for like 2 weeks, you see your results, and then you just decide to binge out, you're gonna lose all your progress. So being disciplined and being able to change and to what your body needs, it's a very important thing. I don't know if that answered your question the way, but that was just one example that came to my head of discipline.
Yeah, so I'll probably assume that you're probably up by 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock every morning. Good to go every morning, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's one thing too. It's like my body just does it even without me like wanting to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of taps into habits, right? You have to transform and pick up different habits that will enable you to keep hurrying down that path, right? Like say waking up at 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
It's something that many people will not want to do, but when you force yourself to do that and that becomes what you do, it starts becoming a habit, it starts becoming second nature. You have to wake up at that time to get what you need to get done. Right? Kenny and I, even PJ as well, we do the same thing every day before training. We're pretty much like messaging at like 5 a.m., 4 a.m., right? We're already up and up. We go to the gym, and I think that just waking up, if there's one thing that I would say, waking up before everyone, I feel like it kind of puts you ahead of everyone throughout the day, right? Because you
definitely,
and it's that period of time when you just have it to yourself to accomplish as much as possible before the rest of the world wakes up, and then there's distraction. But that's pretty amazing, man. So what would you say for you the toughest part or the most difficult challenge you have faced? If you could pick one single challenge that where you felt like that was the toughest thing you had to do throughout this process, what would it be for you?
Damn, man, if I had to go with one thing and it's still the thing that is still bugging me, I'll have to go with my relationship with food, bruh. It's completely, it's one thing which I've had to, it's had to change so drastically, and I'm hurting every time, especially when I'm doing a fight camp, getting ready for a fight. Oh my God. I can tell you, like when it comes down for, I see 2 weeks before the fight, the whole week, even though I can't eat the food, I go on YouTube or like food channels and just looking at food, just preparing for after the fight, what I'm going to, I go on a whole, I start planning out my meals for after that fight. I mean, but even after the fight now is something which I have to be better with still. I have to change the way I completely, like African food, man, I can't eat that as much as I would love to, because that thing is just full of carbs, man. And stuff which it's not as balanced as it needs to be for me to be able to maintain my weight, because me having to transition to two different two weight classes down from where I usually fight. Wow. Yeah, I gotta watch what I eat.
Do you ever dream about
I'm gonna struggle. Say again?
Do you ever dream about food?
Oh my God. It's a daily. Exactly. Me and food have daily encounters every night. What do you mean?
That's really funny.
Hey man, I'm telling you.
Hey, I mean, the man is not lying, man. Even growing up, man, he's always been like a feasting kind of person. He's always been, he loves food, so I can attest to that one. But I think that I was really impressed with, especially like with the last fight where you had to cut down in weight class. I was impressed in the time frame which you accomplished that, and just the discipline. Because I remember speaking with you a couple of days after that fight, and you were like, "Yeah, dude, I could not even talk to some people, man, because I was just going to flip out." But
telling you,
because it was just one of those things. You were so in the zone.
Yeah.
Right. You were just so in the zone, and you were just so focused on low carbs, because low carbs makes you cranky. Like I've kind of experienced that, right? Like when I was really doing a lot of competition and stuff like that, and you're on a short fuse all the time, right? So, yeah, much props.
Definitely.
Much props to you for pulling that off.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Is that why fighters are so angry? That's why fighters are so angry. Low carbs.
Let's not generalize that to all fighters. If let's say it is a fighter who has a fight in a week, that would be a good reason to say that. That could be probably why. But if they an asshole after the fight, they just an asshole.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So everybody's different. Yeah,
it's not the food.
It's not just yeah. I know it's not, if it's after the fight, it's not the food no more. Yeah. Absolutely. I would say that.
One thing that I know that you're doing, and this kind of just speaks to giving back and also helping other people, right? You probably don't have to, but I know that you also train other people at your gym and things like that, and where you train as well.
Right.
So is that when you do that, is that something where you also kind of see yourself like, hey, I've acquired all of these skills, and I'd like to be able to pass this on to someone and kind of inspire them to grow? Like, how do you, what is your mindset with taking on that?
Oh yeah, taking on that, man. It's like I just feel like it's a way of giving back. Not like that. I'm in a point where I feel like I'm giving back though. It's just so that when I was coming up, just like them, I had people who were always willing to help me out. So me doing the same thing is just it should be natural. So I just like helping out the people who ask me, and like whenever they ask me to teach, I love to do it too. Because in me teaching, it also helps me lock down on my technique or whatever I'm teaching better. And also, I love seeing when other people like they start from nowhere and then like eventually see how they progress. They just keep progressing and you just keep seeing them climb. And I love seeing that too. So I'm always down to always teach because it's enjoyable to me as well.
Yeah, I mean that's like when people ask us about trading, you know, because I came up from nothing too, and I had to learn it on my own. And I think it's pretty awesome that when people ask me, then I can give them the resources that I've used, and now they're not on their own. So it's an awesome feeling, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Nice. It is an awesome feeling. Okay, Kenny.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a question related to that, but I think I'm gonna change my mind and flip it around because there's the part of giving, and there's the part of I think I have to be selfish a little bit, and there's the part of I gotta talk trash. So I follow you I follow you on Instagram. And you've been putting a lot of ints out there, man. You're so funny. you are training and teaching at the same time, but you're also talking trash. How do you do all of the above?
I saw that video.
I was like, man, which one are you today?
Hey, man, you got to be able to find fun in what you do too, man, because it's like you got to be able to have fun with it, man. So that's just my way of like having fun. And like, I mean, I usually do it around the people I'm comfortable with because they already know my personality and they know they can take it. So sometimes, I mean, I like to talk trash, but it's nothing like out of ill intent. It's just like trash talking, like just trolling or whatever, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you talk trash with a smile on your face, which is kind of confusing. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It has to be in your character, man. Because I think sometimes some people push it too hard, but you just gotta let it flow with really your character, and it meshes that way. I feel like, but your Instagram, it's honestly your Instagram is some funny stuff.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, I really like it. Definitely.
Thank you.
Is there any other thing else you would like to share? I know you're still you're training very hard right now, waiting on your next fight coming up. Any ideas on when it's going to be yet, or you're still just waiting for that?
Right now, still just waiting. I mean, initially I was hoping April, but we're still just waiting to see right now. So whenever it comes, I mean, I'll be ready. So I'm just staying ready, doing what I need to do.
I mean, I hope it's one that we can come to, bro, because we've not been able to come to any of them yet.
I know, man.
COVID things. You know,
it's COVID, man. COVID is holding the torch right now, so we're gonna see what happens.
Man, I already told you, man. I'll be in there, up front and center.
Man. Thanks, man. I know it.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, bro.
It's gonna be like, I'm gonna come over here, power lift y'all.
I can't wait.
It's about to descend on UFC, man. We'll all be wearing Aguada.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait till we're able to get a crowd in there, man. I think it'll be fun, man. It'll be real fun.
It's gonna be very hype.
I'd like to ask a last question, if I may, Shay. Which is the question that we ask all the time. Yeah. Or do you want to ask a question, Shay?
No, go for it, Kenny.
All right. So now that you're here, how would you define your success so far, and what's your definition of success?
Now that I'm here,
by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very good question.
Now that I'm here, and I mean, if we're speaking of the UFC, which is my first goal, I see that as the starting line again, because the next goal is to be a champion. So I got to climb through the ranks. So that's my first success, which is just like you guys say, it's a journey. This is my new starting point here. I just got in here now. The next would be for me to get the UFC championship, and then from there I'm going to branch out to many things. And to me, success would be the day when I can just sit there and be unbothered and not have to worry, knowing that my family is okay, everybody's okay around me, and I don't really got to worry about too much. So that's the way I see my success as of right now.
Yeah. Are you aiming towards multiple championships?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna get the first one first, and then you already know I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm coming.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna come for whoever I need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing. This has been a delight.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for being here, man.
No problem, man. Oh no, yeah, man. Anytime,
if I'm
man.
correct, is this your first interview that you're giving? Because I think we're quite privileged to be the first one to be interviewing.
Unfortunately,
don't worry, you're the first one for this Sunday of this date. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. It was the first one today.
The first one today, man. I made a special time for y'all, man.
I
was like, man,
okay. It's okay. Man. We're just going
Don't
to
worry.
erase, and we'll take the history books, and at the very top of the page before the history starts, we'll just write ours at the very top.
Hey, that sounds good.
Before they read the rest of the book.
Hey, man, I'll be there as your witness too, so don't worry.
Listen, we're problem solvers over here, bro.
Definitely.
This is the first podcast ever.
Yes. So the one that matters, man.
The one that matters.
The one that matters. Yeah, definitely gonna. Hopefully, y'all gonna invite me back in a couple of episodes, man. I see y'all doing big things out here.
Let's go.
We're gonna be there, bro. We're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time out.
Yeah.
Oh snap! I see Tama J. Tama J joined us, so I think he can.
Yo, what's good?
Oh, what's good, brother? Man?
What's good?
Young George, man. You late as hell. Hold on. What's up, this guy? How are you late, man? What are you doing?
Man, I was doing some homework. Then I was like, man, let me just take a quick break and see what's going on.
All right.
For everyone, that is my youngest brother. You're late, Tama J, but I'll talk to you. That's my youngest brother.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Computer sciences. So watch out for that, man. But
watch out for that, man. We just about to close out, man.
So y'all was doing an episode of the podcast.
Yeah, we're doing the whole podcast.
Yeah.
But before I go,
Go ahead.
before I go, you know I got that merch out there, people. Tafon Da Don merch. You know, y'all get on TafonDaDon.com. Y'all can get that merch. That big lion drip, and you know, pause.
Listen, pause.
Hell yeah.
Yo, Shay, what's my order, man?
I'm shipping it out. I'm actually shipping it out tomorrow. No, Monday. Tuesday. Monday's President's Day.
I should be in this interview with the shirt on, you know? I ordered it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right?
That is very true.
Man.
It's coming your way. It is coming your way. Here's the thing, okay? Tafon, you got to push the merch harder, bro. You got to push the merch daily, my bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, on the other end, I have to say, I did drop the ball on the marketing content, which it's completed, and I'm going to send that to you. But
okay.
You got to post it once or twice a week, bro.
All right, bro. Send it my way. Yeah. I'll get that merch out here.
It's part of the grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, this is a whole full business conversation we're having right now on the podcast. Look at that, man. We'll
postpone that for later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But on to next time, man. It has really been fun. The goal again is to motivate, educate, and empower one another through shared knowledge and success. Chavon Brazen out.
Peter, PJ, PGZ, all the above. See you in a while, Crocodile.
Below Kenny. Out.
Yes.
Tafon Da Don. I'm gone.
I'll be on time next time.